And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OC. As we have returned, we are halfway through the broadcast. We have returned with our third series of the night. We have our TVP. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing himself, currently teamless. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming WBG. It is herO. Here we go. And if you're in the chats, hi, papi, you know what time it is. It is time to get your gamba going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. We have our most recent Home Story Cup champion up against our runner-up of Masters Coliseum 8. Here we go. We have our TVP. herO does move out again. herO has, I would say, at least currently claimed that #1 Protoss spot in the world. Of course, I would say that depending on the month, depending on the era, you know, he does trade back and forth with max packs, but at least currently, based on recent results, has kind of claimed that for the time being. But what I will say, we go from one big online event to another. You know, we go from Masters Coliseum to LiuLi Cup. LiuLi Cup also a major event, also thousands of dollars on the line, and we are featuring the best players in the world. We have Clem, we have Cyril, we have Raynor, we have MaxPax, we have herO. Once again, we have another opportunity for these players to show themselves, to show everyone what they're made of, and to once again shake up the hierarchy here of StarCraft 2. Let's go. Let us go. We're here for it. We are ready for it. For the time being, we do have our initial CC on the high ground. Economic open out of GuMiho, going for a racked expand. Checking the vision. herO, he was able to confirm the CC being thrown down, so he's fully aware of the economic start and fully aware of the safer start at a GuMiho, going for it on the high ground to make sure he doesn't get disrupted, to make sure he doesn't get interrupted here at the natural. Here we go. Behind this, herO setting up. Gate expand into, gate cyber expand. Take of choice, Twilight Council. Let's go. I also heard pay. I said pet. I said pets. God damn it. I said pet your probes. Pet them all. Ah, no. You can't pet your drones because there's no alliteration. Aye, aye, aye. Not like this. Not like this. For now, though. We do have our tech of choice again. Going to be Twilight Council open out of here. Going to Blink, I would imagine. There we go. Blink is on the way. And the question becomes, how many gateways? 2-gate Blink, 3-gate Blink, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? We are loading into a much larger map in the map pool. Welcome. Welcome one and all to Amygdala. Because of the larger map, I'm expecting a lower gateway count, and I'm expecting a faster expansion. For the time being, though, as I say that, 2 gates on the way. It's going to be 3-gate Blink for the time being. Very safe play out of herO, which I don't blame him. Against GuMiho, I mean, if you know anything about GuMiho, you know he's crazy, he's wild, he does his own builds, he's hyper-aggressive. Speaking of being hyper-aggressive, he's going for an early drop across the map with Marines and with a Cyclone, so aggression is coming, and this is going to be a good call for herO to throw down an extra gateway to have extra Stalkers to defend. The downside is that this will delay the third base, it will slightly delay the expansion, but not for too long. herO should still be expanding nonetheless. As the probe goes down. They're robots. So you don't pet your Roomba? Ah. Oh. I mean, I don't have a Roomba, but if I did, pet the Roomba. As here we go, Marines, they do move out. Oh! Catching out a Stalker. Oh! Started stepping forward. He wants that Stalker, so he gets it. He gets one. Blink is now done. It does rotate over. GuMiho dives into the middle line. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3 probes. Not a bad pick off here from GuMiho, but he will lose everything. The Marines go down, but the medevac will escape. Just barely gets away. Just barely does get away. 3 probes, not a bad trade here for GuMiho. Bearing in mind it was 7 Marines for 4 probes and 1 Stalker. And does at least preserve his gas. Oh. 1 Stalker on the hunt, takes down the Hellion. Behind this, or I should say that herO, of course, he's getting his 3rd up and running. Behind this, GuMiho is settling into his own tank production. Tanks are on the way. Raven as well. 2-1-1, so to be a 3-1-1 setup. As after the initial explosive starts, we're calming things down. Oh, here we go. Here he's going to be knocking down those rocks. Gaining access to the center of the map. Interesting. By doing so, he will also gain access to the goal base if GuMiho does attempt to take it. We'll be able to punish. Banshee follow-up here. Bearing in mind there is no blink. Sorry, there is no cloak is what I meant to say. So no cloak for the Banshees. And GuMiho, he will threaten the mineral lines. There is one Stalker here at the third. Nothing at the natural. Not yet. As we're calming things down, GuMiho getting his third CC. Third CC on the way. He's not going for a 2-base all-in. He's building up. And likewise, so is herO. Now, if herO scouts, which he has yet to really confirm, but if he was aware, then he can cut corners. He can throw down forges. He can take extra gases, throw down extra tech, get a faster 4th base. Banshee does hit the 3rd, and only one Stalker in position, but the rest do blink in. And the Banshee gets shut down. One Banshee with 2 probes, not the best trades here from GuMiho. I would say a better trade for herO. But both players are looking quite comfortable so far. GuMiho going for an earlier move out. At least thinking about it, never mind. Pulls back with a medevac. herO getting ready for his own Zealot counterattack. Typically when GuMiho pushes, and when he does, I mean, here he's hoping he gets eyes on this. He has the Zonaga towards the south and an Observer towards the north. When GuMiho does push, here he's ready to punish. Ready to counterattack. You know, herO going for the gold even. Oh my god. I mentioned earlier that herO, he can take a faster 4th. But last goes to the gold instead. Very greedy. Very difficult to maintain. It all comes down to map control. If GuMiho gains map control, then he's just never going to allow herO to mine. herO does move out. Knocking down those rocks, pushing towards the 3rd base of GuMiho. Hoping to distract him. War Prism has come online. Speaking of, GuMiho moving out. GuMiho, he barely does not get eyes on the Warp in. Barely not. herO poking forward. Posturing with Hallucinated Colossus. Let's go. Keeping GuMiho's attention here on the main army, and here comes the drop into the main. And Zealot towards the mineral line. Trying to force friendly fire. herO, he does push in. Takes down the bunker. Pulls away. Zealot into the main. The warp in is going to complete. Marines, they try to dive in, but the warp in will finish. Zealot are wreaking havoc. SCV's going to be going down. Poison being pulled. Do we have any hold position micro? Not quite. GuMiho, he will defend. But that's going to be 17, 18, 19 SCVs going down. Oh my god, critical damage. GuMiho, he just sends it. He just sends it across the map. There's the recall. But doesn't matter. That's a lot of Marauders. Colossus, the real one, comes in. It's real. No, he scans. He scans, takes out the Observer. But again, a very real Colossus does hold. And GuMiho is just being torn apart. He's being torn apart. 24 SCVs going down. What is real anymore? As here, he has the goal base as well. Getting a greater economy and getting further ahead. Now, for the time being, GuMiho does have a larger army. True. GuMiho, he has 87 army supply. He has a massive amount of Marines, Marauders, tanks. He's all in. GuMiho is completely all in. And the longer this game goes on, the better it is for herO. As herO just has to buy time. Again, there's only 2 Vikings. You see herO trying to reposition himself. Trying to dive on those Vikings. One Stalker goes down. Just very delicate dance here between herO and GuMiho. Tank sieging up. They'll say, oh, don't quite go for the dive. Don't quite go in. Oh no, overextension. One Viking goes out, one Viking left. One Viking does remain. He goes to the dive. Oh my god. Whew, clutch War Prism Micro saves the Colossus, just barely. That was very close. He's holding on. Once again, GuMiho tempted to dive in. +3 is on the way. Waiting for extra warp ins. Yo, we're gonna pull the boys. Here we go. He does collapse forward. We'll take some might shots to the face. Dives on the tanks. First tank going to be going down. The second tank as well. And the Colossus, they are going down. He gets one, almost two. herO going to be forced back. Again, taking a lot of hits. He does target them down. Oh god, they're so close. They're so low. The Viking falls. The Colossus, they're both like 1 HP. Crazy. 1 HP Colossus. And 2 HP. One's on 1 HP, the other's on 2. He's crazy. They survive. They should be dead. He's barely holding on. The gold base now he notices. Will deny the gold. herO pulls away. It's a 2 HP Colossus next to a 1 HP Colossus. How does that happen? How does the math work out on that? That's crazy. Tank goes down, and GuMiho is running out of steam. He's just running out of units here. He will take down the gold, though. herO out of position. Zelsa go for a massive counterattack. herO retaking his 4th. And here he's catching reinforcements. Overwhelming the army. Medevacs are exposed. He gets 1, he gets 2. That 1 Viking! Ah, never mind. There's a full HP Colossus. GuMiho, he's not gonna get them. The Colossus. Oh no. They survive. GG gets called, and herO, he will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. A 1 HP Colossus and a 2 HP Colossus as well. Crazy, crazy. herO barely able to keep them up, barely able to maintain them, of course. And again, GuMiho was just all in. He was just forced all in. There was nothing else behind that. He had no economy. He got torn apart by the Zealot run-bys, by the warp-ins as well. And again, herO, he was able to make use of that gold base to warp in extra reinforcements, get another Colossus. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, herO takes the lead. herO does take a lead in the series. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. And where are we dropping? Oh, that is the question. As we are going to be loading into game number 2, it's going to be on Ley Lines. Here we go. Yo, I felt like I haven't, like, it hasn't been that long since I've had a haircut, and like my hair's getting rowdy. It's getting rowdy. Aye, aye, aye. Getting unruly. Maybe it's because it's summer. Like, it's also very hot. It's very hot here in Australia. Oof. Here we go. Jumping to Ley Lines. And again, that was only game 1, right? That was only game 1. This is a best of 5. Plenty more games ahead of us. We're expecting a back and forth. I'm hoping that we don't get a 3-0. I'm ready here for GuMiho. Gimme God even to come online. Let's go. This morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, down in the series. But again, best of 5. Plenty more games ahead of us. Plenty more games to come. It is a GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Here we go. Here he does move out with this probe, trying to get a read on what's going on. Last game, if you recall, GuMiho did go for an economic opener. We'll see if that's the case this time as well. Toss is so OP. Oh, you're watching another series. herO, literally the best Protoss in the world. Like, what do you... It's like watching Cyril win a game and be like, oh, Zerg is OP. Like, what are you on about? What do you mean? Give credit to the players, Fabi. Give credit to the players. Aye, aye, aye. So here we go. We're going to be settling in. Once again, single gas. Single gas opener, we're going for a faster CC. Last game, we saw GuMiho go for the CC on the high ground, which was a bit of a safer approach. We'll see if he does so again, or if he does go for the expansion on the low ground instead. We all know that winning makes the faction OP. Oh, no. It's the Reddit logic. Oh, no. Be better than that. Be better than the clowns on Reddit. Aye, aye, aye. As there we go, CC on the high ground. Economic, but also safe opener here at GuMiho. Once again, 2 games in a row. I don't blame him. A hero, he's known for being aggressive, and he can definitely punish a player that does attempt to go for a CC on the low ground. Speaking of punishing a player, Proxy Pylon. Let's go. How crazy are we feeling? Is this just a Proxy Pylon with a gateway just to reinforce? I'm feeling that. I don't know if it's going to be anything too special here. We'll see. Cyber Core is done. We've yet to embrace our tech of choice. As GuMiho moves out. In a mirror matchup, there are no winners. In a mirror matchup, mate, ZVZ, unwinnable. Confirmed. Confirmed. That's what it is. Unwinnable. As it is going to be Proxy Stargate. Okay. Now, if you recall, we actually casted Zaun do this earlier today. Earlier today in a Elite League. I do recommend the VODs. We casted Zaun versus Clem. Zaun, he went Proxy Oracle. He went Proxy Oracle against Clem. He did a lot of damage, but Clem, right afterwards, he went for an all-in. He just committed to an all-in. He just rallied across the map, recognizing that the player that goes for the Proxy will have less at home to defend, less units in general, as they're, of course, delaying their own blink, delaying +1, delaying a bunch of tech, and delaying their units in favor of additional oracles to harass. So we'll see if GuMiho can punish. We'll see if hero does miss the move out, if we do have a move out. We'll see. Not the first time today that we've seen Proxy Oracle. GuMiho taking his natural. So far settling in, getting into his own 1-1-1. Mainly marine-based composition into Widowmine drop. And the Oracle has arrived. Makes his way into the mineral line. SCV's going to be going down. He gets one. Gets one, doesn't quite get the other. Widowmine does reposition. Marine's trying to keep up. Gets a second SCV. Gets a second, gets a third. Oh no, the Might Shot! Ooh, massive connection. 4 SCVs, but the Oracle goes down. Better moment here, better trade for GuMiho. That Oracle would have had a little more potential, a little more value. And here comes a second Oracle. Second Oracle's on the way, but so far, better start for GuMiho. Is a much better start. Again, with a solid hidden Widowmine behind the gas. There it is, behind the gas geyser. GuMiho does move out with his drop. Adept shading in, getting an SCV. Mind Shot going off. That means the Oracle can wreak havoc though. Gets one, gets 2 SCVs. Just the 2. GuMiho once again getting so much damage. Oh my god, the Oracle's taking a lot of hits. Sustains a lot of damage here. Thankfully doesn't get towards that gas geyser for a second time. But GuMiho, he defends well. He defends well, gets across the map. Stim is done in 10 seconds. And once it's done, he can commit into the mineral line. He's hoping to at least. Oh, can he catch it? Can he catch the Oracle? No, up! Not quite. Boost in, he wants it. He's not gonna get it. Army gets spotted, reinforcements on the way. Here comes GuMiho. Again, we mentioned it. Remember, Blink is late. Why is Blink late? Because of the Proxy Stargate. We saw a similar dynamic previously between Zaun and Clem, where this first push can hit like a truck. It's on here to slow this down. Going for the tank. Picking up whatever he can. Gets a Marine. Force fields to slow down the push. Lul is a Stalker. GuMiho commits, takes the stasis in the face. Oh my god. Stasis goes up. Hero buying time. 2 shield batteries are ready. And Blink is almost on. Blink just now finishing up. Is it going to be enough though? The tank is getting within range of the third base. Shield barrier goes down. Oof. So distract on the right hand side. That was a Liberator, getting 5 probe kills. Depowers the shield batteries. Third base under fire. We can see Hero trying to catch reinforcements. That was an attempt to catch reinforcements. Oh! Doesn't quite bait at the stasis. Stasis trap goes down. And GuMiho is going for the kill. He's diving in. Here comes the Mito. No! Ooh, brutal connections. One does connect. Stasis going up. Here he attempts this around. GuMiho is aware. More reinforcements on the way. Here he will catch them. Can Hero collapse on the army? He's supply blocked. He can't reinforce. He can't spend his money. Here he has 1,000 minerals in the bank, and he cannot spend his money. Yeah, the supply block is brutal. That might just kill him. He needs to spend his money. Needs to warp in. So I'll say do warp in. Soldiers as well. GuMiho, he pulls out. And he's racing back home. GuMiho does race back. Ooh, massive tank shots going off. Massive tank shots. Catching at Hero. Hero is committed. He's now down a base. Has to rebuild his third. GuMiho getting into his own as well. And likewise, GuMiho, he maintains that tank count. Does maintain those tanks. Hero, he can dive into the main and go for at least concussive shell. He will. I'll take down concussive shell, takes down the add-ons, delays some of the production. Tank has arrived. Hero's gonna get the hell out of here. Ooh, stasis goes up. There's the recall. Doesn't lose anything, recalls in time. Nice damage here from Hero. I mean, he had to do something. Gets add-ons in a depot. Hero's trying to stabilize. Trying. I do give the edge to GuMiho coming into this. As he's in a better position. Now getting his own third. Again, typically a Protoss wants to be up in expansion, but we're even on bases. +1 is finishing up as well. Again, the pressure's on Hero to do whatever he can to once again either dive into the main base, pick away at the SCVs, catch out any stray tanks, any stray units. Get whatever he can. See in chat, did he mech up in game 1? He did not. Did not. Game 1 was good though. Game 1 was very dynamic. Very clutch. Let's give me how he does rotate. Heading over towards that third. Just now, Hero spots the army. He's out of position. He's racing back home. Does have Storm. Oh! To one side Templar. Hub pickup. Nice control out of Hero. Storm drop coming in. Doesn't quite get it. Not quite. GuMiho, he knows what's in that prism. He knows what's coming. Oh, sends in. Oh, it does take a storm to the face. Nice control out of Hero. He does save the High Templar. Ooh, picks up in time. Once again, going for another storm. Decent connections. Diving into the mineral line. Tanks are late to siege. Tanks, we can dive on them. Not quite though. Here he does hesitate. Takes a lot of tank shots to the face. Storm, the stasis will save the units though. They don't take any damage. You're being forced back. These were some good trades. And here he forces GuMiho back home, which allows Hero to expand. He's getting his fourth. Here he pulls back. Pulls away. So does GuMiho. Once again, Hero is sharking around for a storm. Very juicy connection. Here he misses the main army. Uh-oh. Does miss it. Here he's completely out of position. And he might just be forced into an all-in. Yeah, the bases, they're going to be under fire. Massive storm on the bio. Here he has to break through. The tank follows are brutal though. Takes out the tanks. There's one more tank on the high ground. There's so many High Templar. They recall back home. Here he will lose the expansion. The third base goes down. It's almost pure High Templar to defend. The pre-split, the split spot. He takes out a Colossus. Colossus goes down. Where are the storms? Decent storms. But again, here he lost the mineral line. He lost the base. So did GuMiho. GuMiho is retaking. Did save the orbital at least. The drop is still active. Here, moving back in. He's got how many High Templar? 9! 9 High Templar. Each with soon 1 Storm. He's trying to catch out the Medivacs. He did have the Revelation on them. The Intercept! He gets 1! Gets 1. Can he get more? He can. He gets 2. He gets 3. 3 Medivacs go down. Does commit. Massive big ups. Tank is in position. Ooh, zoning storms. Goes in for the dive, takes down, goes for the feedbacks as well. Takes down the Liberator. The Mind Shot. Ooh, Mind Shot goes off. Brutal connection. A lot of High Templar going down. Goes to the Mineral Land as well. Spends every storm he can. GG gets called. herO, he barely breaks through. And herO, he does take a 2-0 lead. GG. No shot. GG, well played herO. He was in dire straits there. Things were not looking good for herO at all. And he claws his way back in. Oh my god, with the Mass Storm. I was so concerned when we saw like the pseudo base trade when GuMiho snuck out across the map. He sniped a base, he sniped a mineral line. herO, he recalled only his High Templar. He was able to hold, he was able to defend. Catching out the drops. GG. Whew. And herO, he needs one more game to advance on. 1 more game is all he needs. Again, I do hope that it is not going to be a one-sided series, that we do have more of a back and forth here. I do hope that GuMiho can make a series out of this, but the pressure is on. Pressure is on. Here we go. Whew. Okay. And our next game, it's going to be on Frostline. Oh. Here we go. We are going to be loading to Frostline. Of course, a very large map, but also a much more exposed map, a much more vulnerable map. Aggression is going to be favored here. We'll see who exactly is going to be the first to be the aggressor. As GuMiho and herO, they're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting for it, 100%. Storm is good. Storm is pretty good. It's pretty good. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline. He needs your energy, he needs your support in the chat. He's a Korean Terran player, down 0-2. If he doesn't win this game, the series is over, and he is knocked down to the lower bracket. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Here we go. Ooh, hello, Mr. GuMiho. What's going on? As GuMiho is going for a fake proxy Rax. That's what this is. It is not uncommon in this matchup to go for a Rax either further back in the main, or at the natural, or at one of your third base locations to try to force an overreaction out of your opponent. As herO should soon be probe scouting, and in doing so will confirm that the Rax is missing and may make a Zealot back at home and may be forced into a more inefficient start as a result. So this is more of a mind game than anything. It's a mind game, probe moves out. herO sending it across the map. And we'll see if he does, or if he's able to confirm what's going on. Again, traditionally when you scout that the Rax is missing, first you check further back in the main, then you check the natural, and then you check one of the third locations. But by the time you check the third location, I mean, again, herO, he might be forced into something more inefficient. Does get eyes on the factory at least. There we go. Does spot the factory, which means that the first Rax might be proxy. Back at home, taking gases, does race back. Does turn back around, does not go for the Zealot first, chronoing out his first Stalker. Stalker is being chronoed as we speak. And the Rax is just chilling. Like, we good. Like, he's just scouting, checking the natural, checking the third, making sure there's no counter proxy, of course. Here, he's going to be stuck back at home, instead of otherwise opening up a depth and shading across the map to scout. So herO taking more defensive stance, but again, he didn't overreact. Like, there's no shield battery. Ooh, but it is a robo opener. Very safe play out of herO. Okay. Reaper dips in, goes to the mineral line, Stalker does arrive, and the Reaper's going to be zoned back. Ooh. Reaper does get away. So again, when it comes to the tech of choice for Protoss in this matchup, you have three options. You have Stargate, you have Twilight Council, you have Robe. Robo play is very rare. It's just really safe. It allows you to get an early Observer, it allows you to get early Immortals if you need them, and also allows you to get early Colossus as well. The downside is you are lacking map control. Typically, Stargate with a Phoenix opener or Twilight Council with a Blink-based opener allows you to shut down drops, allows you to contain the opponent, and allows you to be active on the map. With a Robo opener, less so. Now, you can follow up the Observer with a Warp Prism, and you can be somewhat active with a Warp Prism, but it's much more limited. It's much more limited compared to the other tech openers instead. So here we're just being really safe. And there's that Prism. Yeah, it is going to be the Prism next. This is just a way to be somewhat aggressive with this opener as the Observer moves out. This allows you, of course, to have like pseudo blink, like defensive blink, where you can save your units, of course, but you can't blink aggressively. And you can, of course, reinforce across the map. Behind this, going for a later Twilight Council. And GuMiho is moving in with his own Mine Drop. Gonna be a little bit more committed. 3 Widow Mines. herO, he tries to move out. As he moves out, here come those Widow Mines into the natural. Drops 1. Oh, here he pulls away. Another 2 into the main. Here he... Oh, no! God, he's crazy. Up! Oh my god. It did turn and fight. Losing only 2 probes so far, but there's a 3rd Widow Mine in the medevac. And the problem is that herO doesn't know. He doesn't know if this was a double Widow Mine drop or a triple or even a quadruple Widow Mine drop. So in herO's mind, he might be thinking he's safe to move out. He's safe to just ignore this medevac. There's nothing inside. When we know there is. As GuMiho, he never revealed it. Now he comes in. Now he does boost forward. Drops the mine. herO doesn't react. Oh, no reaction. No reaction. No massive connection. That was close. That was very close. Only 1 probe going down. At the same time, herO, he commits across the map. He tries to. Tries to move in. Again, very fortunate that only 1 probe went down, considering the fact that herO had no reaction. Stalks into the main base. Observer goes down. herO trading well. Oh, but he's going to be losing probes across. Oh, the Liberator! Liberator pops off. 11 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. herO's getting torn apart. 10 probes on the 1 lib. That is insane damage. That should not have happened. herO, he was distracted by his own aggression. And now he's not done. That's a 12 kill Liberator. 12. The 13th was to the Widow Mine. And the Widow Mine is still alive. It drops back in. Will borrow in time. Ooh, getting even more probes. 16 in total. And with that, herO, his economy is crippled. Going into the main. He needs some kind of damage here. Gets a Marine. Oh, God. Just the 1 Marine. Gets 1 Marine in the end. Forced to recall. And herO, he's in a rough position here. You may be looking at this and be thinking, oh, you know, herO, he's only down 6 probes. Nah. I mean, ideally right now, he should have a 3rd base. He should have a 3rd base by now with, of course, a full 2-base economy to be able to afford that 3rd base. Getting into a 3-base setup as well. 3rd base now on the way, but it's a late 3rd from herO. And herO, he's behind. Now, there are ways to bounce back in this game. As we see, herO is being active. He has to be active with these Stalkers. He has to threaten the mineral line. Storm is on the way. That's another big way to bounce back, of course. If GuMiho doesn't split well, if he gets caught off guard, the Storms, they can snowball out of control. herO gets 1, he gets 2 SCVs. Getting a Marine. Not bad. Gets 2 workers and a Marine. herO pulls away. GuMiho going for his own drop. Going for his own drop. Raven coming in. Been just trying to harass herO. Storm will finish. And due to Storm, he will have potential here as he's going for a Storm drop across the map. Bold move. Bold move for herO. Does move out. At the same time, of course, GuMiho moving in with his own drops with the Raven, with the medevac as well. See what he can get done. Storm on the... I mean... Yes, I mean, he gets a Marine. Storm on the army. It's mainly Marauder. I'm sure he was hoping for more of a Marine-based composition or for the mineral line. So some lackluster Storms. herO looks like he's going to unload the High Templar and kind of recharge. Yeah, switch him out. Yeah, let's go. This time with only one High Templar. Interesting. Moving out with just the one. Once the Prism's getting called out, so he does go for the Storm, but again, like, the army, he can take Storms to the face. Like, the Storm does nothing. It does nothing. It's a beefy army. He likes the Storms. He likes it. As, I mean, again, as we mentioned before, like, basically, GuMiho, he had crippled herO earlier with the mass economic damage, with the Liberator, and with the Widowmine drops. That is why here, that is now reflected. It takes a while for that kind of damage to really become a little bit more obvious, but GuMiho, he's up 40 supply. Like, that's insane. Like, now it's kind of come to fruition here. So that's the reason why GuMiho has such a supply lead. Coming in with the Raven. Zealot run by does delay GuMiho's move outs. Storm's running away the drops. GuMiho should soon be pushing. He's got Ghosts, he's got EMPs. 1-1 is finishing up. He's getting to 2-2. If GuMiho is too passive, then herO, he can recover in this game. But he's still recovering. Oh, the Prism! Prism goes down. Brutal EMP. And here comes GuMiho. Looking to snowball out of control. As GuMiho is almost maxed out. herO, oh, the EMP is brutal. Shuts down the army. Where's High Templar going to be falling? He can just take the Storms to the face. It's fine. We do have more Storms coming in, though. This one does connect with some of the Ghosts. Jeez, the tank boys are brutal. Oh my god, the tank shots. Colossus goes down to the tank. Another Storm gets forced out. And how many High Templar are left? How many Storms are remaining here? Okay, there's two more. Two more High Templar, two more Storms. GuMiho is still maxed out. Jeez, they're still up 60 supply. I mean, again, it's all because of the economic damage done earlier. As the reason why herO, he's looking desperate here. He's supply blocked. The final stand of herO, the EMPs, they cover everything. And with that, GuMiho, he should just roll over this. There should not be a defense possible. As GuMiho just still rallying in, still consolidating his army. Taking it slow. There's no Storms left. And there's nothing to stop GuMiho. Oh, never mind, there's one Storm. Let's go. The Storms, they pop up. Despite that, I mean, here he's barely hanging on. Down to one Colossus. Second Colossus on the way. Second Colossus has arrived. Let's go. GuMiho is backing up. Okay, herO holds. Here he barely holds on. GuMiho is still essentially 200 supply. It's but he survived. That's what's important. herO, we're still in this. We're still in this. Let's go. We can do this all day. Ah. Oh god. Mind shots catch him out. Catch him out. GuMiho going for a doom drop. I'll be honest, I'm not too fond of this doom drop. I mean, it has potential, especially because the army's out of position. But this is an opportunity for herO. If he's able to catch out this army, like this is a portion of the army for GuMiho. And if herO is able to engage with like a quarter of the army at a time, then he can pop off. But here comes the unload. And there's no recall. There's no energy. There's no energy for a recall. Cyber core goes down. Oh, and the tech is under fire. And here we go. GuMiho coming for a split push. Will knock down the would-be 5th. Pulls out of the main. 1 medevac goes down. 2 medevacs go down. But what about the expansion? Oh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Catching out 13, 14, 15 probes. Again, just making sure that herO doesn't recover. How many High Templar left? 3. 3 High Templar. There's 2 of them in the War Prism. Moving out with his own counterattack. Trying to beat GuMiho back home. Does try to engage. Oh no! Prism goes down. Massive pickup. No more War Prism. No more reinforcements. No way to, of course, micro back this army. But this army is overstimmed for GuMiho. True. And again, GuMiho has a lot of supply across the map in those medevacs. Say that just 1 full medevac of supply. herO here, he's pretty committed. He has to break through. He has to push in. It's not going to be easy. But he needs to get damage done. Storm turning away. GuMiho is heavily oversaturated here. He's oversaturated. herO, he's catching up in supply. Let's go. He's caught back up. He was down, what, 60 supply earlier for quite some time. And now we got disruptors. Now it's not just about the storms. Oh, but the concave. Concave comes in for a flank as well. Novas, they graze the army. And GuMiho, he can just stim in. Oh! Never connects. Not bad. We'll lose a Colossus, but the disruptor count. What's important? The disruptor count is slowly building up over time here. GuMiho is still heavily oversaturated. We need to send the boys out to work. What's going on? 29 out of 8. There we go. They transfer. Oh, the Nova. Nova grazes the army. herO, he's coming back in. He's pulling this off. He's coming back in this game. Out positioning GuMiho. SV's going down. Ooh, the Novas, they connect. The Ghost take a massive Nova to the face. Again, Storm was not good enough this game. What is it all about? It's about the Disruptors. It's about the Novas instead. Storms ain't got nothing on these Novas. Let's go. As Storms, they tickle the Marauders. Novas, though, they shut them down. herO, for the first time in, like, what? Almost 10 minutes, he's up in supply. herO, he's up in supply. He's crazy. GuMiho going for a drop, going for a Viking drop across the map. His main army towards bottom right, and herO, he's pushing in. GuMiho is out of position. We're going for a base trade. Here, GuMiho, he has to commit. There are some reinforcements back at home, though. Okay. GuMiho, he will knock down this base. herO catching out the army. Does catch out the army. Collapsing on the planetary. Planetary's going to go down. He can keep pushing in. And we commit to the base trade. We do commit. Disruptors are exposed. They will connect. Where's the anti-air? Uh-oh. Where's the anti... The libs! The libs they hold! Miss rally! 2 disruptors get thrown away. And there's no anti-air. The freedom is too much. There's no stalkers. There's only archons. GuMiho, he holds with the libs. Stalkers are back at home instead. herO, he's racing back. He needs to defend. GuMiho's pushing in. Going for the disruptor. He gets 1, he gets 2. 2 disruptors go down. Depowers all the rovers. The Artosis pylon. Artosis, no. Everything gets depowered. It is going to be a one-way trip, though. GuMiho's getting cornered. He has to get the hell out of here. Blinks in, takes out a full Metamac. Gets one, gets two. But GuMiho, this base is still up and running. I believe here he never scattered. Yeah, he never scattered. He doesn't know. Doesn't know about the full mining base. Liberation has arrived, denying mining. herO once again, base trade. Once again, he just ignores this army, ignores the drop play. Sending everything across the map, but there is an army back at home. There's an army. No mining going on. Again, chaotic moment for GuMiho. Does bust in, SUV's going down. And this time, we have Stalkers. This time there's anti-air. But that's a lot of Marauders. These Novas, they need to connect. Here he blinks in, takes down the Lib. Lib goes down. Here he pushes in. And GuMiho ignores the army. He just ignores this army. We're going full base trade. At least GuMiho is trying to. But again, here he does know about top left. Does know, instead just going for the kill, going for the production. Mineralizer going down. Here he's breaking in. He's breaking in. Oh, he's going for the recall. It's crazy. Recall's back home. Oh, into Marauders. They stim in. They take down both disruptors. Oh, I don't think this recall was too wise here. Yeah, he's gonna lose everything. The boys are being pulled. This is not it. His herO is down to one Archon and one Colossus. I mean, the Marauders are getting very low. Can he defend? One more swipe. Zealous, they come in first round. They try to come in. They take down 3 Marauders. Oh my god. There's 1 Sentry, 1 Colossus. herO, he still has his army across the map. A very shaky defense. Yo, GuMiho, I'm sure he wants that Colossus. I'm sure he wants it. So rallying in. Pulls away. Still committed to the base trade, looking at the unit stab here. Oh, that's 11 Marauders for GuMiho, but they are spread out. Does find the probes. Here comes the Great Migration. GuMiho, he evacuates, he's going top left, and the Moon Hammer is real. The Mjolnir does mule it up. He has an economy, and again, herO doesn't know. herO, he doesn't know that there's mining going on. herO down to 1 Nexus, down to 4 probes, down to 2. I think GuMiho, I think he wins the space trade. He will win the space trade. herO, he's racing back home. Colossus comes in, Colossus on its own. Oh, nice force fields. GuMiho, he does dive on the Colossus. He should bring it down, even with the shield battery. Yeah, the reinforcements, they arrive too late. And GuMiho, he should win this fight. He's got the Marauders. In saying that, though, oh my god. The blink control down to 2 Stalkers. Disruptors come in. A little bit too late. Colossus starts trickling in as well. herO, he's just trickling in a couple of units at a time. Will barely defend. Ooh, catching a Stalker. And herO, he's down to 0 probes. 0 probes, 0 economy. What you see is what you get. herO, he cannot rebuild, and GuMiho can. GuMiho, he has a full mining base. Again, herO, he never scattered. He never saw this base until now. And there's a planetary. Yep, there is a planetary. GG gets called. Now he finds out, and GuMiho, he does fight back. He does put a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very intense series, or very intense game. GuMiho, he had this game won. He had this game won. He had this game in the bag. You can actually see here. I don't mind showing this. You can see GuMiho. He's the red line. herO is the blue line. You can see when GuMiho, when he's maxed out, when he's at 190 supply against the 130 of herO. Like herO, he was out of this game, and somehow he persevered. He was able to claw his way back in. You could argue that GuMiho was a little bit too. He wasn't too assertive. He wasn't assertive enough. You can definitely make that argument. If you remember, that was when GuMiho started going for drops instead of like the main push. I don't think GuMiho realized just how far ahead he was. And with that, herO, he clawed his way back into it. Despite that, GuMiho does come out on top in the base trade. I do think that the recall for herO was a little bit misguided. As we saw, when he recalled, he lost everything almost immediately. Like the recall was not worth it. It was because he split up his own army, and unfortunately, what he had recalled just wasn't enough to deal with Mass Marauder. So he had lost a lot in that recall. And when he lost that army, I mean, he never really could fight head on. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, GuMiho makes a series out of this. So we're getting into our next game. Here we go. We're getting into game number 4. And we'll see how the story ends. Thanks for casting. Oh, you're welcome, Bobby. You're welcome. Let's go. Hope you're enjoying the series. Hope you're enjoying the best of 5. And hopefully we get a game 5. I would love to see an ace match between these two, but the pressure is still on the Terran. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, down in the series, but he's clawing his way back into this. He's put a point on the board. Onomas, one more game is all he needs to force the ace match. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. Still one game away from advancing on into the next round. It is herO. We go. Here we go. So we are going to be settling in, and we'll see how this story ends. Whew. Okay, as GuMiho, once again, he throws down his racks at a more unnatural location here towards left-hand side. Again, just a little bit of mind games. If he only scouts the ramp, then he might pull back and he might overreact. But now we're settling in, though. It is going to be an economic opener, just a racks into a CC from GuMiho. At least that's what I'm assuming, because there's only one gas geyser. We'll keep it out on GuMiho. Here we go. As there it is, CC on the high ground, a part of the wall. So GuMiho just opening up economically, but once again, whenever he does this, he never throws down the CC on the low ground. Not against herO, at least. Doesn't want to risk it. Not at all. And welcome one and all to El Dorado. Hello. As herO, he's already mining through these patches and gaining access to the southern half of the map. You have my attention here. Again, El Dorado is a very unique map. Short rush distance by air, so you can go for drop play. Drop play can be a little bit more effective on this map. Likewise, you can expand towards your opponent as well by mining through these patches and gaining access to the triangular third base and also the goal bases. We have the goal base here as a potential 4th, and we have another goal base in the center as a potential 5th base as well. So plenty of goal bases are going to be available down here. Jesus. My phone freaked me out. What the hell? So now is going to be the Stargate. Stargate opener out of herO. Interesting. We haven't seen too much Stargate play from our Protoss player. The closest we saw, if you remember, was Proxy Stargate. We saw Proxy Stargate earlier on Ley Lines, if I recall correctly. It was Proxy Oracle. Meanwhile, we do see GuMiho getting to his own 1-1-1. Again, GuMiho has 0 scouting information, so it makes sense for GuMiho to open up with a Cyclone. Very safe way to play. Making sure he has plenty of anti-air. Ooh, actually, Cyclone into an early medevac, into an early drop. We spoke about it earlier. Short rush distance by air. GuMiho wants to be the aggressor, as he will soon move out. Meanwhile, we do have our initial Phoenix opener here from herO. And herO, because of the Stargate play, he is vulnerable to early game aggression. Phoenixes, what can they do? They can pick up high-tech units, they can zone away a medevac, they can lift up a tank, they can lift up initial units, that is true, but early on, you only have a handful of Phoenixes. There we go, Phoenix is revealed, does force the unload. herO, he does delay the push, true. He delays the move out. Cyclone is not here to help support the army. Cyclone on the other side of the wall. And here he sees it. He does spot he wants it, and he gets it as well. Massive pick off. Cyclone going down almost for free. Breeze are coming into support. But alas, the Cyclone does go down. Massive pick off. Again, that was meant to be the backbone of the army. And GuMiho, before he can really get going, the wind gets taken out of his sails. Ay, ay, ay. And herO, he's fine. herO, he defends. He does defend. I mean, these are vanilla Marines. What are they going to do on their own? Second Cyclone does arrive, but it's on its own as well. More Marines rallying. GuMiho forced to back off. Whew, and herO defends. herO, he does defend. he moves that across the map. Here we go. As you see herO rotating, catching up with the Banshee. Banshee goes down. Nice pickoff once again. Oh my god. As the Phoenixes, they barely do get away. Barely does pull back. herO, he gets out. Behind this, getting his third base on location. And GuMiho, he won't be able to punish. Isn't quite able to catch out that Phoenix. And again, GuMiho, he's in a bit of a rough game state here. Has continued Cyclone production going into Cloak Banshees. He commits. Going for a second Banshee into Cloak. Is ready detection. There is. Oracle's on the way. Oracle's on the way for Revelation. herO rotating over. The Banshee does hit the third. Oh, does zip in. Going for the mineral line. Oracle's out of position. That is the one form of detection here for herO. I mean, it can recall, true. Can recall back home. As the Banshee does hit that. Well, yo, where are we going? What's the Banshee on a cruise here? Just scouting everything, I guess. Okay, sure. Okay, Banshee dips in, dips the hell out. Let's go. herO none the wiser. Just, you know, focusing on his push. Focusing on containing his opponent. You know, the Banshee was just on a stroll. He just wanted to see what was going on. He's going on a walk, mate. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, sure, you could argue like there are shield batteries in some of these locations, but I mean, you can catch like some gas mining workers as well. I mean, at least it's still alive. Still alive. Can still always dip back in. Always. Also, I see some people in the chat talking about balance. Yo, we're here to talk about our series and talk about our players. Like, this is not the place to cry about balance in the chat. Go to Reddit. So we are settling in. Third base on the way. Taking our third. Alas, the minerals have not been mined through, so GuMiho can't really protect said base. Can't really engage. And herO is just abusing that. He's just containing herO. Sorry, containing GuMiho, I meant to say. Just looking to contain. Dipping in. And here his third base is being denied. GuMiho's third base is being denied. herO does reinforce. Getting ready for the dive. Oh. Once again, poking away at the expansion. Shouldn't go down, but is taking a lot of hits regardless. Behind this herO, he's on 4 base, is now getting a 5th expansion as well. 5 base versus 2. Aye, aye, aye. Here comes the Banshee. Banshee dives in. There we go. Does hit the mineral line. Pro's going to be going down. He does drag herO back home. Just in time to expand. Nice distraction. Pulls away the Phoenixes. Zelsay race back as well. Where's that Oracle? There we go. Revelation coming in. And now GuMiho expands. GuMiho able to get his third base up and running. Again, it was solid that he was able to preserve that Banshee to allow for this to happen. Otherwise, this would have been a real tough fight to actually get the space up and running. Does expand. Lyca's setting up his tank counts. He's also going to charge in. And here he wants that mineral line. Pushing into the next one, not going to be easy. Yeah, massive tank boys going up. As there are, what, 5, 6 tanks on the high ground. 5 even. Does move down. GuMiho breaking out. Tank shots going up. Oh! Does spot the stasis. Hero has to pull away. Does have to, Jesus, here he does have to pull away. Has to respect the tanks. Takes down a Phoenix. GuMiho gaining ground, pushing towards the gold. Once again, oof. Does graze the army. Tanks, they do connect. Likewise, here he goes to the dive. Picks up most of the tanks. The disables. The disables come in. But there might just be too many zealots. Yeah, they come in for the surround. They collapse on top of the tanks as well. They do charge in. Still a messy fight for herO. But he does take down most of the tanks. One tank survives, just the one. From here, herO, of course, still has a greater economy. He can rebuild, trading out mainly zealots, a very cheap army for herO, as he retains a Colossus into double disruptor production. Still in 5 bases. GuMiho landing his 4th, going for the gold. But what I'm most concerned by here is that GuMiho, he did lose most of his tanks. He has 1 tank left. This position is significantly weaker. GuMiho is more vulnerable. He's that much more vulnerable. Here, does he send it? GuMiho is reestablishing himself, getting his 4th. Let's go. Likewise, herO going for the gold. Still moving and going to be distracting towards the top side. Diving in the army, going for the mineral line. Show us those Novas. Ooh, take down one of the tanks. Ooh, they take down 4 CVs as well. For the cost of 1 disruptor and a Colossus. Decent pick off here from GuMiho. Picks off some high-tech units. Zelze get thrown away. Zelze didn't pull back. And herO, is he being too wasteful here? As he's still staying on a low gas count, just reinforcing mainly with zealots. Mainly a gateway-based composition. Up! Catching more SCVs. Making 2 immortals at a time. Picking up some units at the same time. GuMiho building up a greater army. Ghoster on the way. 3-3. More Vikings. Denies the gold. Never got up and running. herO coming in. Trying to save it. Trying to fight for even. Yeah, but the basic goes down. Nice pickup. Once again, another zealot run by. Does cause a distraction. herO diving in. Tank does fall. Novas don't quite connect. Tank did go down, but GuMiho coming in to collapse on the army, coming in for the flank. At least trying to. Oh, a brutal connection. Nova goes off with the disruptor. Sorry, the Colossus, they're going to be going down. Colossus do fall. Only disruptors remain. Zealots, of course, as well. Oof. Nova connects. Novas, they make it difficult here for GuMiho to push in. He can't commit. Does have that tank though. Zelze just keep coming in to reinforce. Novas, they shut the tank down. Tank does fall. There's still a lot of marauders though. GuMiho, can he keep going? His army is getting oversimmed. He's close to breaking herO. Avoids the Novas. Getting on top of the base. Stalkers, they come in to reinforce instead. And the Novas are resetting. Yeah, the Novas, they are resetting. Forcing GuMiho back. Better connections. GuMiho cannot break through this. herO doing a great job here, preserving the disruptor counts and taking every other base. Just double expanding, taking more bases, maintaining his economy. Still some scrappy engagements, but I mean, this time we're up to what? 6 disruptors? Sorry, 7 disruptors even. Down to 6. Disruptor comes in. GuMiho taking the goal base for himself. And just being forced further and further back. Once again, herO going for the mineral line. herO has the overextended. Nice EMPs. Up, he gets one, he gets two. Does take down some of those disruptors. Nova connects. GuMiho so close to breaking this. Where are those zealots? Where's the support? Just now warping in. Just in time. GuMiho landing his gold. And GuMiho, despite having less SCVs, he can maintain himself with that gold base. He can keep going. He can keep going. Liberation has arrived. He's got 4 more libs on the way. No fusion core yet. No lib range. Still count still quite high. That's GuMiho. He has more freedom. He has more freedom. He can push in. The base is getting up. herO going for the dive. Liberators were exposed. Novas forcing a bit of friendly fire, but he does get 3 of those libs. Meanwhile, GuMiho, he dives in. Takes some Novas to the face, but takes out most of the disruptors. A very chaotic fight. What was once 7 disruptors down to 2. 2 disruptors left. There's not much to stop GuMiho, but I mean, the zealots will be enough. They do deter. That's still a massive win for GuMiho. Almost completely resetting that disruptor count. GuMiho does push in. Diving in the army. Never up. Never goes up. Once again, buying time. herO, he's stabilizing. Stabilizing, getting back up to 4 disruptors. He's rotating over, denying the goal base. GuMiho, he needs this expansion. He's running out of money. Oh no! Running out of steam. Nova goes off. Massive connection. CC goes down as well. As behind this, that was the main base floating over. Running out of mineral patches. GG gets called. GuMiho, he runs out of steam. And herO, he will take the series 3-1. Advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Whew. herO, he will take the series, will advance on, and GuMiho, he's going to be knocked down to the lower half of the bracket. Still some very, very close games, and still brought back to a major, for example, which was a very close back and forth, and even here in this game as well. I mean, herO, he was able to freely expand elsewhere, but GuMiho, he had some good moments. He had some good moments when he broke out, when he got his 4th base up and running. He had some very good engagements, but alas, barely didn't have enough to keep pushing, barely not enough to keep going. And with that, GG. GG, well played. herO does advance on. herO, he does advance on. And with that, we are getting into our next series, into the final series of the night. 1 series left.